Hey you guys, welcome to the fourth week of our course, and you made it here. I'm really proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself too. So, this week we are going to talk about parenting and the problems of parenting and problems of fathers and sons, parents and children. So, let's cover some of the vocabulary that you will need over this week. And of course, this vocabulary is going to be connected to parenting and raising children. So, when you raise children, you try to upbring them. And upbringing is the process of raising children and giving them morals. And most of the times, we try really hard to not mess up our kids. Mess up means to spoil them and to make them bad people. So, a lot of parents believe that you need to be involved in your child's life because when you are involved in your children's life, you participate in it, you are involved in your children's life. Okay, please pay attention to the prepositions. Sometimes that can lead to a parent being an overprotective parent or protecting parent who hovers over a child. Hovering over someone means to be really strictly controlling everything. And that is also connected to the word micromanaging. Micromanagement is when you try to control each and everything and every process. Sometimes they say that you do not need to micromanage. Sometimes you just need to let go and trust the life. And you know, those micromanaging parents, they make the childhood of a kid a checklisted childhood. Go here, go there. It's like a checklist, right? Checklisted childhood. When you have a schedule, even if you're 3 years old. And of course, those parents, they try to keep their children safe and sound. Safe and sound means protected, and they try not to screw up. When you screw up, you mess up, you make a lot of mistakes. Because we as kids, and all the kids, they look for, they strive for parents' approval. Approval is the act of saying, okay, you did good. It's the act of petting someone on the head, right? Approval. We are striving for parents' approval. Sometimes parents can absolve their children, which means they can free them from guilt. If a child does something bad or says some bad words, a parent can say, oh, it's okay, don't worry, you are absolved. Absolution is the action that usually is completed in church, right? You go to church, you say, oh, Father, please forgive me, for I have sinned. And you get absolution because the Father forgives your sins. The same thing, parents can absolve their children's bad behavior, which is not actually good. I think if you, in my personal opinion, if a kid is behaving in an inappropriate way, or she should be punished and not absolved. But if the kid helps us around the house, helps out around the house, which means the kid completes his chores. Chores are the tasks that every person in the family has around the house. Maybe like cleaning, washing, or vacuum cleaning, or maybe just mopping. Those are chores. Completing his chores, a child usually helps out around the house, and that's how you can absolve your child of a sin because he kind of completed his punishment already. And a lot of parents, they try to coax their kids into doing something. Coax means to persuade a kid into doing something. For example, if parents are musicians, they try to coax their kids into being interested in music. Coaxing means gently persuading, kind of recommending, and inspiring and motivating your child to do something. And when a child succeeds at something, parents can brag about it. When you brag about it, you usually show off. You are really proud, and you speak a lot in a very unpleasant way actually for other people, because you are like, oh, my child is the best, and it's kind of sometimes not very pleasant for other people. So bragging about something is not very good. Being proud of your child is a great thing. Um, but yes, the main problem of nowadays parents is being overprotective and over helping. When a parent is trying to prevent every failure of a child, he's being overprotective. He's protecting, oh, please don't go here, right? And over helping, like not letting the child um, face his own mistakes and face the day. And of course, a parent needs to have the courage. Have the courage means have the inner bravery to let the child grow and to let the child make mistakes and deal with them. And it is a very good thing to let the child have his or her own self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you estimate yourself, how you think, oh, I'm a good person, oh, I'm a bad person, I did this well, I did this wrong, right? Or to kind of evaluate his self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is how capable am I of doing something. And of course, a lot of parents, they try to deprive the kid from using drugs, from drinking alcohol, from smoking cigarettes. Deprive means to prevent someone, or kind of even not only prevent, but kind of restrict that. When you deprive, you say, no, you cannot do this. Sometimes someone can be deprived of an office, they can be punished and lose their rights or lose their position in society or at work. And of course, to raise a very good person, you need to kind of make sure he has the fundamental tenets. Tenet is a moral or a principle or just a creed that a person believes in. Fundamental tenets like don't kill anybody, or be nice to everyone, help other people, and etc. Those are fundamental tenets. They build up a person's character, because every person, when he becomes an adult, he goes through different periods of time. Sometimes it can be a rebellious period, a rebellious age, which is usually around 12 to 16 years old, when a child wants to rebel and wants to be on his or her own and to decide for himself. That's the rebellious age. And having those fundamental tenets helps the young person to decide what is right and what is wrong. And parents' involvement means how much parent is acting in a child's life. Parents' involvement should be only in the kind of loving the child with an unconditional love, like a mother loves her child unconditionally. No conditions needed. You don't have to be some way. Just you are just my child. I love you, right? Parents' involvement in child's life should be with love and with advice and with some guidance, that every action leads to consequences, leads to outcomes. Lead to outcomes means to lead to consequences, outcomes. So there is a situation, you make a decision, you do some actions, there should be outcomes after that action, results and consequences. Leading to consequences, leading to results. And in order to provide a foundation for the child's wellness in the future, wellness is the well-being, foundation is the basis, right? Provide means make. In order to make a foundation for the wellness of a child, parents need to provide a certain mindset which consists of fundamental tenets, beliefs, and principles, and a certain skill set. Like a child can cook, a child can talk to other people, can communicate, can find new friends, can, I don't know, play the piano, for example. That's a skill set. The overall amount of skills that you have. And mindset is the overall amount of thoughts and ideas that you have in your brain. And of course, joy that fills the parent's face, joy that fills someone's face is the joy and the happiness. Usually is made of the child's efforts and the child's results. And a parent can be happy if the child is showing interest in something, or in other words, taking an interest. Take an interest means to be interested in something. At that moment, we try to widen our blinders. Blinders are the things that you put on your horse when you need the horse to go straight. And you widen your blinders so that you can see more. And you need to accept and embrace the choices of your child, because every person is unique and has an opportunity to choose for themselves. Most of the times, if a child is interested in something, his interest is fueled by desire. Desire is the strong will, strong feeling that you want something. Fueled means it's lit by it, right? It's burning by desire. Fueled by desire. Most of the interests of a child are fueled by desire. And a child that feels like he or she is capable and willing to thrive. Thrive means flourish, means become successful. Capable means can, and willing means ready. I'm ready. I want to thrive. If such a person is raised in a nourishing environment, in a home environment that is helping that child grow and helping that child achieve the best outcomes, achieve something, achieve the best outcomes, achieve the best results, the child becomes successful and happy. And of course, in order to shape our children, shape means give them some sort of a personality, we need to protect them, we need to help them, and we need to believe in them. And we can shower them with love. Shower with love means to cover them with love. And we need to give them the freedom to explore, especially when they're very little. They want to explore the world around them, and we need to give them the freedom to explore. And we should never jump to conclusions. Even if our child is interested in something today, it does not mean that this will be his life goal. So we should not jump to conclusions. When you jump to conclusions, you make conclusions very quickly and usually without any evidence or proof. And of course, a lot of parents, they try to blame themselves for all the mistakes that their children make. But a child is a person and he has a right to make mistakes and to correct them, right? So stop blaming yourself. Stop blaming yourself means stop saying that it was your fault. And it seems obvious that your child's path is a way. Seems obvious means it's like you can see it, right? It seems obvious that your child's path is unique, and it should be empowered by the parents. It should be helped, and it should not be interfered or intervened. A couple more words that you will need during this week. Word stifling. When something is stifling, it's like, I can't breathe. It's stifling. Sometimes some parents can be really stifling, even and they think that they are caring. Caring means providing care. Another word is nosy. Nosy is when you stick your nose into every business, right? Sometimes parents are too nosy and they try to interfere in every um, business that a child has. Another word is profoundly. Profoundly means deeply. Another phrase is to launch our children. When you launch your child, when you launch something, generally, you launch a rocket, right? You launch your children means you let them live their own life. Another interesting phrase is bright and promising future. Bright and promising future, that's what we all have when we are kids. Bright and promising. Promising means giving a lot of promises, giving hope. But we need to embrace the complexity of our life. Our lives are complex, they are difficult, and they're complicated, and we need to embrace means to hug and to take it in our life and to accept the complexity of our lives. And three more phrases. Protect from damage. Protect from damage means to defend from outer harm. Protect from damage. Usually parents try to protect their children from damage. Second phrase is give the feeling of security. By protecting, you give the feeling of security. Security is that I'm safe. The third phrase is better behaved. When a child is better behaved, he's usually doing the right things that parents approve and earning approval and being nice, right? So, better behaved child is a child that has good behavior. I hope this video was helpful and you found out some new vocabulary, and I'm sure you will use it in the nearest future and you will need it. If you meet some new vocabulary during this week, make sure you write them out and you run them through the vocabulary algorithm so that you remember them better. Have a great week.